Hey, what's up, guys? And welcome to episode 2 of The Boiling Point. My name is Jonathan. I'm here with my co-host, John, a.k.a. DJ John Doe.
Yes, sir.
And, we are in here on a beautiful Tuesday. And, we've got a great show for you guys. We're going to talk about the Knicks and the Nets. We're going to talk about the new CBA that just got agreed for the NBA. The Giants, Jets, a little bit of NCAA football, Jose Quintana, and some special news that, things that new segment that we're starting is when we find news that's very, very interesting. And, we're just going to say it to you guys just because it's very interesting, all right?
Yeah, they took away my intro duties because I'm terrible at it. So,
well, got to get the people what they want, man. All right, so our first topic, this is for you, Steve, who our first ever comment on YouTube on our podcast. Mm-hmm. This first topic, Steve, the Knicks fan, that's what I'm going to start calling you. We're going to talk about the Knicks.
Shout out to my boy Steve for commenting. One of the craziest Knicks fans of all time, one of the best ones. But shout out to my boy Steve.
All right, so yeah, let's talk about
Hold on, and I am from Coney Island. All right, yo, man, you Steve started out. Yo, Steve came out here with some ish. All right, if you're from Coney Island, two things from Coney Island. Coney Island has the word ish, and yeah, basically, I ain't gonna say that.
Nah, I realize that because I am from Coney Island, but when I ended up moving out of Coney Island, leaving Our Lady of Solace, I used to say ish a lot, and if people were like ish, what the hell you say, man?
Son, ish, son. Steve was on some ish, so he started out with that ish shit. But we're gonna start off with some Knick talk.
All right, so the Knicks are coming off what is it, 3-game losing streak, I believe?
Yeah, 3-game losing streak. They lost every game last week.
The Warriors, you give that game a pass because D Rose didn't play and Melo didn't play. So
for what reason? They were scared.
But also, one person who I will not give a pass is Kristaps Porzingis because he played really, really poor in that game.
Poor athlete.
You was watching that game, right?
Yeah.
What do you got to say about that?
It was
Porzingis.
Nah, the way they played, I could definitely understand the Warriors being the Warriors, but at the same time, stay competitive. The same complaint I had when they played the Cleveland Cavaliers. I have no problems with the Knicks losing to a playoff team or even the finals teams, but you gotta be competitive. You gotta be very competitive when you play these guys. There was no ball movement. There was really no pick and roll, no defense, no heart. They played with no heart.
That's another thing that I realized the Knicks aren't really too good at, except for Courtney Lee. Their off-ball defense is atrocious in terms of helping the helper.
Terrible.
One thing that you got to do is, especially with Porzingis, is and most likely he's going to get this a lot. Whenever, whenever there's an elite post defender, you're going to have to double them because Porzingis is just not that strong in terms of his base. So the guy who's helping Porzingis, who's going to help that guy out? And the next thing you know, especially versus teams like Golden State and you versus Cleveland, you expect to lose those games, but you're going to lose them by 20 like the Knicks have done.
And who's the person that's supposed to be helping Porzingis? Is either going to be Joakim Noah or Melo or even Street Ball.
Kyle
O'Quinn Street Ball. You know what I mean? So both Joakim Noah and Kyle O'Quinn right now, both of them I think they're trash right now. But they have certain games they're playing well, but at the same time Joakim Noah is hurt. I really don't understand. I think he needs to sit out for a while, come back probably after All-Star break.
Now, when you're saying Joakim Noah is not playing well, what exactly do you expect him to do in terms of he's not playing quote-unquote well?
Well, I'm expecting him to at least give me rebounds. He's not even giving me rebounds. He's not defending well. He's not defending well, and he's not even passing. That's one of the things that we got Joakim for because he was able to pass very well for a big man.
Yeah, you need that for a triangle. You need a big man who's able to pass, catch the ball, turn opposite, and give it to the guy in the opposite. You need to be able to flare out, flash to the free throw line, and get the ball and be strong with the ball essentially. Which is why I thought. I mean, at first I said Joakim Noah was a good pickup, and that's what $72 million. I was like, yeah, get out of here, bro.
But it's the market. But we'll go with that's something else.
Yeah, it's just Joakim Noah.
No, Joakim. Well, Joakim, if he is healthy, he deserves that money. But as of now, no, he does not deserve the money. Kyle O'Quinn, he comes in spurts and he plays well, but at the same time, a lot of times he thinks he's better than he actually is.
Yeah,
Kyle O'Quinn,
definitely.
Kyle O'Quinn yo, man, that's not your ministry. You're not supposed to be shooting. Just lay the ball up. Get rebounds. That's
well,
your job.
you can't really fault Kyle Quinn for that because right now in the league we're seeing everyone want all their players to shoot threes.
I
mean, a couple of seasons ago when Chris Humphries was just jacking up threes and like, why are you shooting threes? Coaches telling him to shoot threes.
Chris Humphries, the poor man Blake Griffin. Yo, hilarious. The poor man's Blake Griffin.
Jesus Christ, bro. I actually knew Chris Humphries. I met him before.
Oh yeah.
My varsity assistant coach was friends with him.
Wow.
So we met before. Yeah, he's actually a pretty chill dude. Yeah, but
Did you meet Kim Kardashian?
What?
Did you meet Kim Kardashian?
Nah, I mean that's kind of the only reason I wanted to meet him was to meet Kim Kardashian, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, stay away from them. Anybody messes with Kim Kardashian or NL Kardashian, is either gonna go crazy or die.
Well, like we said last week, that's nearly impossible, bro.
What do you mean?
Come on, man. If you see Kardashian, if you have a shot at the Kardashian, you're telling me you wouldn't go out with him?
Man, I'm throwing holy water on that. I'm running away.
Yeah, all right.
Bruh,
you know what that is?
What?
That's some bullshit.
I'm serious, bruh. Did you look at all the people they've dated, man? Look at who else? Chris Humphries, his game went kaput. I mean,
he was never all that anyways.
What, yo?
Yeah.
He was
a role player.
Yeah, but he was double machine on the Nets. He was a double machine. Who else? Kanye West. He still ain't been the same. Ever since he's been with Kim Kardashian, none of his albums were great. Lamar Odom.
Man,
Lamar Odom was great.
He really was. He was that guy.
Yo, man, he was a big dude that could do the sham god. Was good.
Which is Lamar Odom would be perfect in today's NBA.
Oh my gosh!
Because whenever you have a big man who's that skilled, and in terms of passing and shooting and being able to create off the dribble, that's big for you.
Yo, you know whose game remind me of Lamar a little bit?
You better not say Draymond Green.
What? Nah, man. Come on.
I gotta say it.
I was gonna know Boogie.
Boogie Cousins.
Boogie has elements of Lamar Odom's game.
His dribbling isn't as good, but his post game is better than Lamar.
And he can rebound better than Lamar. But look,
Lamar was like a tweener with like small forward, power forward. Yeah, he was a 6'10" small forward.
Come on, man.
And that was really good for them. But yeah, so back to Knicks. Essentially, what the Knicks, what you got to do, Porzingis, man, you against big teams like the Warriors in prime time when you're a rising star. You can't just lay an egg like that. Yeah. I do give you the pass. Melo was hurt, but the Nuggets game, they came out that game like I don't know what the hell they were doing. They came out that game.
But the Knicks have always been notorious for that. Like ever since in the beginning, they've always started out slow and then they'll catch up. And I don't like that. I want you guys to play hard, pause in the beginning, and start building off of that. When you're playing catch up, that's gonna catch up to you. That doesn't even make any sense.
Especially when you're a team who's not really that good.
You're not.
In a sense,
you're not that good.
You really can't.
Like I'm a Knicks fan. I'm 100% Knicks fan, but at the same time, I'm not Spike Lee. I actually know I'm really a fan, but I gotta be real with it. The Knicks aren't that good.
But that's kind of weird with the Knicks is when they were on that little winning streak and they were at the third seed for like a few days. You're like, wow, this team, you went from their potential could be a first round 7 games, and their potential could possibly be a 7-game second round. Maybe even if they get lucky, who knows? Conference finals. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I don't see them beating. I don't see them beating Toronto for a fact.
No.
I honestly don't even see them beating the Hornets. And, I mean, I hate the Celtics. Bunch of glorified role players.
Yo, I can't stand the Celtics. And they got one of the biggest floppers in the Northeast.
Marcus Smart.
And he needs a proactive. That boy face is...
He need more than that, man. He need a prayer.
He needs that holy water I'm throwing at Kim Kardashian. But, yeah, when the Knicks were winning, I don't think... Well, yeah, Joakim wasn't playing.
But you had Porzingis playing like a star. You had Melo was kind of. I give Melo credit is because he stopped doing all those fadeaway contested shots and he's been moving the ball more, looking for a better shot.
That's true.
When Melo makes his teammates better, that just elevates the level of your team.
True.
Like I said, this team will not go as far as Melo takes them. This team will go as far as Porzingis grows. And in order for Porzingis to grow, Melo's going to need to be that unselfish teammate that, a guy like LeBron is, who's able to make guys around them better.
See, this is the thing when people compare LeBron and Melo together, they're two different players.
I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying things that one player does that you see why it works.
Okay.
Try to incorporate that in your game as well. They're two different players. Melo is a scorer.
True.
LeBron is an all-around player.
Facts.
That's two different things. But I'm saying in terms of your scoring is if a guy is jacking up 20 to 25 shots a game, that's easier to defend than having three different guys who one guy has 30 and you have two more guys who has 15 and 20 points. That's basic math, essentially. If you have one guy who's dropping 30, but everyone else on the team only has like 6 to 8 points. That's why, Melo really did a great job of being, I guess, more of a quote-unquote team player. Even though the times when he used to chuck the ball a lot, he had a reason for it. Cause look who he's playing with.
Yo, man, Landry Fields was your starting two guard at one point. Landry Fields.
Jared Jeffries was your starting center.
Who? Jared Jeffries. Malik Rose. No, was Malik Rose at the time?
No. Malik Rose is
it was terrible.
But was it against the Celtics? Melo gave Jeffries a nice pass.
He gave him a nice pass, and Jared Jeffries could not lay the ball up.
Yeah, scrub.
Amari Stoudemire, who? Come on, man.
I mean, the thing is with Stat is when you're already a guy who already don't have an elite post scheme, is you're gonna struggle to play against a guy with Melo because in an ideal situation is you would have Melo at the 3 and you'd have Amari working the ball in the post.
Yeah.
Melo is more of a pick and roll guy.
Yeah.
And they lost their pick and roll point guard, Raymond Felton. He ended up getting traded, right?
Oh man.
That's why he was playing so well because whenever you have a guard who can run a pick and roll, you can make any center look good. And Amari Stoudemire he's already a pretty good above average center.
Yeah.
And when you have a guard like Raymond Felton who's really good at setting him up, his numbers is gonna go up. So now you lost Raymond Felton, who ended up being your point guard. Damn it!
It was Chauncey at that point, and then the next year.
Nah, Chauncey was the following year. Chauncey came with Melo?
Chauncey came, yeah. Did it? Yeah, I think it was Chauncey. Chauncey came, and then he didn't get re-signed. Man, it was just a terrible time.
You guys gave away all your assets for Melo.
Man, that's a different topic for a different time. But back to this team at hand.
How far can the Knicks go, in your opinion? As far as what they've proven in the first 2 weeks, every week we're going to say how far can the Knicks go. Our answer is always going to change. As far as what you think, how far can the Knicks go?
Right now, the Knicks will go. They can make the playoff probably at the 8th seed, and we're going to face LeBron,
and you're going to get swept,
and Kyrie. Son, if there's a mercy rule in basketball, they should just end at 3 because I don't see us beating the Cavs one game out of a 7-game series.
Best case scenario for the Knicks is to be either if you are most likely I don't know if they're gonna be a top 4 team honestly, but if you're the bottom 4 in terms of a playoff team, be the 6th or 7th seed so you could avoid Cleveland as much as possible. Anything can happen with Toronto. Anything can happen with the Hornets. Anything can happen with the glorified role players in Boston. With that Dominican Carlos Boozer. Anything can happen. But, a team that doesn't have as bright of a future in terms of this season as the Knicks, the Brooklyn Nets, man.
Oh, my gosh. Son, Jesus. Why did they even move to Brooklyn, man?
Facts, man. Yeah, you guys are embarrassing us, yo.
Yo, man, they got gentrified to Brooklyn, and it's just terrible. It's terrible, just terrible.
Like, one thing that the Nets could benefit them would be trading Brook Lopez, but no one wants Brook Lopez. You know why?
I'm glad you brought up Brook. Why don't people?
My opinion is that, okay, so there's 2 things that you would trade for if you want a center. You either want a franchise center who could do it all,
yes,
like a Boogie.
Yes.
Brook Lopez is nowhere near that.
Oh, man.
Or if you're a winning team, you want a center who's really good at defending the ball, getting boards, and also being able to facilitate.
Yep.
Brook is pretty good at facilitating. Duke can't get rebounds, and Duke cannot defend.
Let me tell you, I think one game he had 8 assists, and the next game the brother had against Houston he had 0. Oh no, he had one rebound.
Wait,
where are you going?
Wait, you just said 8 assists.
He had 8 assists.
And you go for the next game, you have 1 rebound.
Yeah, dude is if.
Oh, I thought you was comparing assists, man.
No. One game last week he had 8 assists. In another game he had 1 rebound against Houston.
How many assists did he have that game against Houston?
Man, who knows? It was trash. He had one. He had 1 rebound. But my whole thing is another thing I don't understand. Why is he shooting threes?
stop blaming the players for shooting threes, man. It's the philosophy. Kenny Atkinson's that's like saying why is Boogie shooting threes? Bruh. Because you're already great at being a low post scorer. Why would you go away from something that you're good at? In this league right now, everyone has to shoot threes.
That's crazy.
If you go to any high school game or any little league game, everyone on the team is a freaking shooter. Everyone. And like nowadays, they're teaching guys you have to be able to shoot the ball if you want to get minutes, if you want to be effective. And Brook Lopez, yeah, his post game, he has a nice post game. I give him that. But that's essentially all you could do. He's very, very one dimensional.
But like my whole thing is, there's not much people that could guard Brook Lopez down in the low post.
Oh my God, man! Whenever Hassan Whiteside is quote unquote one of the best defenders in the league, center at the center position. Yeah, he cannot guard low post scorers. So when he guards Brook Lopez just give him a little shimmy with a head fake, and he's going up.
That's barbecue chicken.
Easy, man.
That's barbecue chicken. So my whole thing is, I don't care what type of philosophy is going on. Why are you bringing that brother to the 3-point line?
Because you don't want it to be one dimensional. If they take away the post game, what is he gonna do?
Bruh.
How effective is he?
And he doesn't have nobody. But then again, if he shoots a 3, that's a fast break, and he's not running in transition. So what are you doing?
You always have to have good transition defense, though.
On the Nets?
Yeah.
They have good transition defense?
I mean, come on. You don't have to be a good team to have good transition defense. Just get back on D, man.
Missing, man. Pause.
I mean, the Nets are a bunch of D-League players. Scratch that. They're both Division 3 players.
Wow.
It's awful.
That Division
but
3,
hey, Bojan Marjanovic, I like this guy, man. But I mean, he can't be your best scorer. Like, come on, man. And which is why I think that the Nets, you're gonna have to pay someone a lot of money who don't really pay money, who you do not want to pay money to. Like a guy like Rudy Gay, possibly give racks, because you got to do something, man. Because you're not going to be competitive for years to come. You got to, you're not going to be competitive. You don't have your draft picks, which by the worst trade in NBA history, in my opinion.
Man, Boston made out like bandits.
They really did, man. Danny Ainge, man, this dude schemed you guys out your picks.
Stay scheming.
Like I say, Nets fan, you see Billy Kings in the street, man. You got to smack the shit out of him or something that.
Yo, son, send some shooters out at Bobby. What's his name? Bobby King? Larry King? What's his name?
Billy King?
Yeah, Billie Jean.
Larry King, bro.
Yo, man. Yo, get Bobby Shmurda's people and find him, son. Know what I mean? And get him, son.
All right, so on that note, we're gonna talk about the. I'm pretty sure you guys heard. The NBA had a new CBA that just got passed.
Yes,
there's some key changes in there that I really, really like. First thing I'm gonna start off with, I want to talk about the fact that teams right now we have like 2 more roster spots. So essentially, is instead of it being a 15 spot maximum. Now it went up to 17, I believe. Mm-hmm. And also, this is great because, you have guys who they're like the last cuts on the team is now you could keep them on the team on the contract, quote unquote, but have them in the D League and gain that experience. Like, one guy who I became a believer in the D League after seeing Tyler Johnson from the Miami Heat. Oh, man. This kid came in a training camp. Yep. Didn't make the team. It was the last cut on the team. He got sent to the D League. He tore it up in the D League. What if another team signed him? And what if they didn't know how to develop him?
One team was trying to sign him in the offseason.
Yeah, but I'm talking about before he proved that he's a solid NBA player. Okay. And I think this is very, very helpful. Like the Heat got fortunate that no other team poached him for the D League system. Mm-hmm. He came out a couple of 10-day contracts and he proved that he's a solid NBA player. And this is great for the D League, which is every team is about to have a D League now. I think within the next 2 years, every team should have a D League. The NBA finally have a semi-official minor league system, which you could have young players if they're not getting any playing time in the big leagues, send them to the D League. Mm-hmm. Build up the confidence, build up having the ball in their hands, running the offense. Being the go-to guy. True. And you know whether or not if you're true NBA players if you stand out in the D League. Mm-hmm. And if they're standing out in the D League, we have something here. How can we develop that? That's why I think a lot of teams should incorporate their philosophies to their D-League teams as well.
First off, pause for all the time you said D-League. And secondly, the D-League pause is not going to help the Brooklyn Nets. They still will be trash.
I mean, nothing will help the Brooklyn Nets, bro.
Man, I'm telling you, man. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, I do enjoy the new CBA because of the roster spots and also getting the players seasoned there, getting playing time because a lot of times a lot of these players stay on the end of the bench and they're not playing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go into the deal and get that NBA or the professional experience and you're able to come up,
there's nothing like in-game experience, in-game reps. You know, you could play well in practice all time, but nothing compares to being in the actual game.
And Tyler Johnson, definitely, he was trying to get signed. The New Jersey. Wow, the Brooklyn Nets were trying to sign him, and they didn't get to sign him. Even though they didn't sign him, he's still the top 10, top 5 greatest Nets of all time. So I'm just saying that man.
And you know, another thing that another key change in the CBA is shorter preseasons. So this one I like a lot is because now is preseason actually starts a little earlier. So I believe in late September it starts now. And what they're doing is you play a maximum of 4 or 6. I don't believe the current maximum is 8. You play a maximum of either 4 or 6. So what that happens is the regular season now starts in mid-October. So it could be more spread out. And now, you have less back-to-backs. I think the 4 games in 5 nights, teams only have that once a year instead of having it 3 to 4 times, which,
that's good.
People, that's going to help out. Hopefully we do see a decrease in injuries because, injuries a bitch, man. I mean, Brandon Roy.
Oh, man.
Imagine the career he could have if he hasn't kept getting hurt. I would say Greg Gordon, but Greg Gordon got hurt before he even played in the league, right? Or did he get hurt first season?
He got hurt in his first season. He was up and down.
Yeah, man. So, hopefully this does help prevent injuries. We don't know how effective it would be, but heck, hopefully it helped. Another thing that we have is, which is a key rule. I think, every CBA, it's for the past 2 CBAs at least, we always have rules that attack super teams. Like the last CBA was meant to attack the Heat and LeBron James, the luxury tax rule, to ensure that you can't keep those players for a long period of time. Now we're seeing with this CBA is now instead of you could pretty much max out your star players for 2 extra seasons.
That's good.
Now with this rule is we see how much the game has changed a lot since 99, the last lockout, because what they wanted is shorter max contracts because they didn't want to give a max contract to a guy who ended up playing only 1 or 2 years because he's keep injured, so he only fulfill 1 or 2 years of his contract. Now they're risking the injury just so they could keep their star players. So now you're saying, wow, what if OKC had KD for 2 more years?
Yeah, that's the thing I like. Your young players, you get to keep them. You get to keep and lock them in because a lot of times you can't have those 2 max players. But like you were about to say, OKC with Durant and Westbrook. That's what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
Yeah, those 2 could have been great if they had both. If they had enough money to keep both of them. But again, this helps out a lot of the small market teams. But again, small market teams are still going to be small market teams.
Yeah. So, players will find a way to team up and play with each
course.
other. They're gonna. Because look at this the CBA that got passed in 2011.
Yeah.
It was made so the stupid C never happened again. We got the freaking Warriors now.
The Warriors.
Come on, man. And also, this is the second time that OKC kind of got screwed by a new CBA. Because the last CBA with the whole luxury tax rule, that's the reason why they had to trade James Harden and not pretty much James Harden. That's the reason why they had to trade him because they didn't want to get hit with that luxury tax. And if you're a small market team, that luxury tax is a bitch, man.
Exactly.
Like it's gonna bite you in the rear.
And not only when you're over the luxury tax, don't you have to pay money to the?
You have to pay money to the league, yeah.
Exactly.
And especially if you're already a small market.
Exactly. You're not gonna have money to pay the NBA, and they're gonna pay some other team that's under luxury tax. No, get out of here.
Yeah, it's not happening. And my last key rule that I really like is not really like, which kind of proves my theory even more that I believe that LeBron and the Banana Boat friends are going to end up playing with each other. I don't know where, but they might, because now is pretty much is you can't give a 5-year max to a player. The old rule is at any point when he's 36 during the contract, he cannot get a 5-year max. So, for example, if he's like 30 years old or 31, whatever, and within the next day of the max contract, he'd be 36. You cannot do that. Now that limit went from 36 to 38. And what guys are nearing their late 30s and
I wonder who.
And what guys are kind of at the head of the player union as well?
So who's the president again? Who's the president?
LeBron James. And Chris Paul. And so yeah,
Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, you guys thought I was crazy when I came up with that scenario. Maybe it might not happen with the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
But this is making it look like it's going to happen, man.
Or it could happen with the Nets. I know it's not. It's not going to happen with the Nets. What are you crazy?
You definitely just got a Knicks fan mad hype right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, I'm about to push this through DJ John, though.
Yo, man, come through, man. Come see me. I got these hands for you. Come see.
All right. So what's next on the topic?
No, but let's go back. But we forgot one of the things that when you not only can you keep your players that you've drafted and developed, but you can make a lot more money. I think not Westbrook, but Curry, he can make what, $205 million on his max?
Mm-hmm.
$205 million.
Rather than sign with another team. And I think it's 170 or 180. I forget, something like that.
I don't know, man.
I mean, it was always like that, but now before it was like that, it was only for one extra year and like 20 mil more.
Exactly.
But now it's for 2 extra years for 40 mil more. And that's a lot more enticing for a player.
Brother, I don't know about you. I'd rather stay with a team for 205 than 170 something.
Oh, definitely.
And not only that, one of the young teams I really enjoy, that they could probably like look out for Minnesota. This helps out a team like Minnesota. This helps out a team like the Lakers.
The thing about Minnesota is, teams that will help out, but the Lakers are like, Luol Deng was a very, very good signing for them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But the Timberwolves don't have a vet player who's playing a consistent role for them to help them out. I
understand that. I'm not talking about helping them win. I'm just talking about helping them
keep the core together.
Now, Andrew Wiggins could probably stay together, and you could keep Cat Daddy, Carl Anthony Towns.
You really just call him Cat Daddy?
Yeah, man, made him cool like that, man. Pause. But no, both. Now you can sign two players can be maxed out at the same time with the CBA. So I definitely enjoy that.
Yeah. So the CBA is essentially what it's meant to do. It's both player and friendly owner. You know, the same things are the same. You know, they still split the revenue the same way.
51-49.
Yeah. And also, players. You know, another thing to look out with is the roster spots being expanded now. Is now that there's 17 players on the roster, that's 17 players that the money got to go around now.
Yeah,
so that kind of helps. You know, with some players, you don't want to overpay them.
Yeah. But Draymond Green, he's not happy about it. He went on a Twitter rant about the young, like, he's more mad about not the money's not being distributed evenly to the 17th man on the roster, the 15th man on the roster. So he went on Twitter and started talking about that. But I was just happy that he went on Twitter and started writing it, and he didn't go in anybody's DMs and write anything. I think Draymond Green needs to stay out anybody's DMs.
Wait, I thought he got caught on Snapchat taking a picture. I didn't know he was caught signing someone's DMs.
Man, I don't know. It was something. He got caught sliding something. So just stay off of all that, man. Don't press send.
All right. So next on the list, we've got how far can the New York Giants go?
Yeah, the Giants.
What do you think, John?
Honestly, all right. So the way the wild card is set up right now, the way the NFC East is set up, your first seed and your second seed are the Cowboys and the Seahawks, right? Then you have the 6th seed, the Packers versus the 3rd seed, the Falcons, and then the 5th seed versus the 4th seed, the Giants versus the Lions. Mm-hmm. Last time I checked, the Giants beat the Lions, right? They beat them. And I'm not too sure about the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. Honestly, if the Giants, I think the Giants could beat the Lions. And if they face the Cowboys again in the playoffs, I think they could beat the Cowboys.
They will. The reason why is because the Giants have the 6th best rush defense. Mm-hmm. So if you have, and one thing, shout out to the Giants for signing Damian Snacks and also Olivier Vernon, because that was a big
Jets,
boost.
Man.
Yeah, Snacks from the Jets, Olivier Vernon from the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And they really solidified their front line in terms of defense.
Yes.
And everyone knows with those 2 years to win a championship, they had a very, very good defensive line.
Yep.
I'm not sure if it's as good, but they're still up there.
No.
But one thing that's much, much better, their freaking secondary, man.
Yeah.
Their secondary has surprised me this year, honestly. What about you?
Yeah, it's definitely better than the secondary that's on the other side of the fence. But anyway,
wait, what? What did you just say?
I meant the other side of the locker room, the other side of the metal lines. I was talking about.
I
was trying to be cool, but
sheesh, that didn't work out.
Yeah, that was terrible. But yeah, I definitely enjoy the Giants. The secondary is really good. The defense is solid. Even JPP being hurt. When he played in the beginning of the year, he was still productive with only 2 fingers.
Yeah, so
he was really good.
Hopefully, I know he's out for the rest of the regular season. Hopefully, he is back for the playoffs.
Yeah, I think. Honestly, I think the Giants can make all the way to the Super Bowl.
That's not too far-fetched to say.
I'm not a Giants fan.
Yeah, I mean football. Anything can happen with football. Is
any given Sunday.
They have a solid defense. Their pass defense is a little weak, but it's better than what it has been in past years. Eli Manning is a guy who he's a high risk guy, but high risk, high reward.
Yes,
that's how you won those Super Bowls, because Eli took a chance.
Yes,
tell me, guys, I'd rather have a guy who's willing to take risk than to have a guy who's just a game manager.
Yes,
like for example, one of my favorite Jets of all time, Chad Pennington. He was not a high risk quarterback, and how far had the Jets got with him? The conference. AFC conference?
Yeah.
Was that?
We went all the way to the
we never, because you got to take a chance sometimes. And Odell Beckham Jr., if you have a high-risk quarterback like Eli and you have a playmaker like Odell, it's a perfect match in my opinion.
Good running game, good O-line.
Oh, no, their O-line is terrible.
The O-line is... How can you be the sixth rush? Was it sixth rush?
Defense, bro.
Oh, well...
Yeah, their O-line is awful. That's one weakness, but if you have an O-line that bad,
no, see,
it helps to have Eli and Odell.
No. See, when you saying a bad O-line, the way I describe an O-line is if my quarterback isn't able to pass the ball, my quarterback isn't able to win games. If you're able to win games with the passing and your wide receivers able to get 100 some odd yards some games, I'm pretty sure you have a pretty good O-line in comparison to what I consider bad.
That's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
What?
Are you pretty much just said if your quarterback is still doing good and you're winning games, that doesn't mean your O-line is bad.
No, it's okay,
bro. That's stupid, man. So if your quarterback is consistently, if he's consistently being rushed, that's credit to your quarterback, because he's good with dealing with pressure. That's not your O-line is good, bro.
Okay, all right. If a team has a good D-line, right? Pause, right? And the other team has a good O-line, but the team that has a good D-line is getting rushed, does that make your O-line bad? No, it just means that the other team had a good D-line. Pause.
Bro, the Giants' offensive line is terrible, bro.
Okay.
You can't make an excuse. Yes, they are winning games, and Eli is.
Although, how many 100-game yards did Odell have?
Odell. Okay, who's Odell Beckham?
He's a wide receiver for the Giants.
Where does he rank among wide receivers in the league?
But what, top 5?
Exactly, bro. Come on, man.
In order for the quarterback to get the ball to your wide receiver,
give Dak Prescott the Giants' offensive line. Let me know how many wins, how many games the Cowboys win.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Wait. No. Finish what you're saying. What were you about to say?
He's a rookie.
No. But he's a rookie compared to who? So who's better, Dak or Eli?
Eli has 2 Super Bowls. Eli has 2 Super Bowls. What are you talking about?
Okay, so Eli is a better quarterback, right? So he's able to deal with a bad offensive line. He's able to win games even though he has a bad offensive line. Okay. That doesn't make their own line good.
It's still better than the one across the pond or across the locker.
I mean, they play in the same. You can't say across the pond, bro.
Whatever, bro.
But yeah, it's pretty much, I also think the Giants could make the Super Bowl. I mean, we've seen this past 2 seasons when no one expecting them to even be in. I think one year they're like 9-7. Both years they were 9-7, weren't they? And no one expecting them to get as far. But that's why football is just a sport that anything can happen when you have a 1-game playoff. If if the D line is elite, their secondary is all right. They're not terrible as they were the past season. And also, you got Eli, you got Odell. You don't have a running game, but who needs a running game when you have freaking Odell Beckham Jr.? And
that's not true at all. You need an unrunning game.
What's their record?
Anyways, moving on.
Wait, no. Because you brought this up. We're not moving on. I'm about to tell you. The Patriots. Who's been their running back the past 15 seasons?
Okay, the past 2 seasons, LeGarrette Blount was their running back.
LeGarrette
Blount was one of the greatest running backs in college, bro. Until he punched that guy
in college,
and he was still good in the NFL. What are you talking about?
He's all right. He's not that great.
All right,
bro. You need passing to win games.
Yeah, you do need passing, but at the same time, you need an O-line. And their O-line is okay. It's pretty good.
Their O-line is trash, bro.
Okay, whose O-line is... Forget it. All right. I disagree with you wholeheartedly, bro.
All right, so we agree to disagree, right?
No, I'm right. Their O-line is good in comparison to a lot of teams. And reason why... If their O-line was trash, they wouldn't be 10-4.
I'm done, man. I'm done. I don't know what to say to you, honestly.
Yo, bro.
But you know what? We gotta talk about the Jets, though.
All right.
The Jets. Shit. Oh man, this makes me shake every time I talk about my team, man. So pretty much the Jets lost another one. To the Dolphins, who is one of the most fraudulent teams in the NFL. They only beat bad teams.
Yo, they're 9-5. How is that possible,
bro? They started off the season 1-4, I believe. I think they might have one of the easiest schedules in the league, man. Look at the teams that they beat. It's ridiculous, bro. But yeah, so and we're not even gonna talk about how this is a lost season, all right? So pretty much right now with the Jets, we're pretty much talking about what position they need help with, and we will talk about what position they should probably get a free agent now. But right now they're a bad team, probably gonna get a top 5 pick. I want to talk about who the Jets should draft.
I already know who they're gonna draft. I already know
who they're gonna or who they should.
Who they should. What position they should. I'm not gonna say who.
I think they me, in my opinion, you got to go to secondary, man.
For a first round pick, top 5. They're gonna be what, top 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this draft does have top 5 caliber picks.
That's nice.
All right. So who do you think then? If it's so good, who do you think?
Brother, like I said, you need an O-line.
Oh my God.
You need an O-line in order for you. Everybody knows in order to win championships, Super Bowls, you need to have your team has to be built inside out. Anybody that knows football knows this. You know what I mean? So if I was the GM, I would go with O-line. I'll get myself a nice left tackle.
You're drafting an O-line with a top 5 pick?
Yes. Remember the last?
Oh my God!
Do you know who was the last top 5 pick that the Jets drafted? That was an O-lineman, the Brickashaw Ferguson, and the man never missed a game.
Is there the brick? Well, Cam Robinson probably,
but he's the only Alabama.
Guy, he's the only guy.
So if he's the only guy, let's get that guy. Let's get that brother.
But is Cam Robinson a better offensive tackle than a guy like Quincy Wilson or Tease Tabor from Florida, then they are cornerbacks?
Listen,
because Quincy Wilson is a monster. He hasn't played a lot of games.
Listen, man,
he hasn't played a lot of games, but this kid's potential is high. A guy who's a more proven guy than him is Tease Tabor, and these guys are playmakers. They could play the man defense. They could tackle.
They could tackle, tackling for you. But you know what's gonna help Bryce Petty next year? He needs a
tight end.
Even before a tight end.
No.
What are you talking? How is he gonna throw the ball?
You know what? All right.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm not talking about a tight end who could actually block. We have Quincy Enunwa doing blocking. Quincy Enunwa is about 3 inches smaller and 30 pounds lighter than a regular tight end is.
Okay.
The reason why this O-line looks so bad is because we don't have a freaking tight end. If you don't have a tight end when you're trying to run the ball.
That's the reason why?
Or One of the reasons. One of the reasons.
And one of
you could find a premier talent who could end up being a pretty good football player for you at the offensive line.
Okay.
In the third or fourth round.
No, you're bugging.
You're not gonna find a cornerback who could do that for you in the third or fourth round.
Maybe not.
You're not gonna find. Well, maybe a running back.
Listen,
I'm telling you, with a top 5 pick, I'm getting playmakers on my team. Guys who can make plays.
You could get playmakers.
Quincy Wilson, Tease Tabor.
Amen.
They can make plays.
They can make plays, but you know what's gonna stop. You know what we need? We need points, right? In order for us to score points, we need our quarterback to throw the ball or hand the ball off. How can he do that if he's always on the floor? What do you need? You need somebody on your blind side. You know how I know this stuff? I watched The Blind Side with Michael Orr, and I knew since then left tackle is very important.
Ryan Clady, what is he doing then?
He's hurt.
He's hurt. Okay. So if he's healthy next season, we pretty much draft a left tackle for no reason.
He's trash, man. He's done.
And a guy who I think we could even get in the second round, who I don't think Cam Robinson is that much better than.
Okay.
Is Ryan Ramczyk from the I think he played for Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, right?
Wisconsin. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll give you this. If the Jets trade Sheldon Richardson, right? We trade him. And we get another first round pick, then I'll say draft one of those guys on defense.
I'll draft a cornerback first, then I'll take Cam Robinson after that.
There you go.
After that, though.
Okay, no problem.
But my primary decision is going to that second. Who do we have in the secondary? Except for Calvin Pryor.
Calvin Pryor.
Bro, our free safety is our best player in the secondary. That's terrible.
Listen, man, but what we need our line to be. Look at the Dallas Cowboys. Look at that.
How many Super Bowls have they won?
What, this year or in the past 10? No, they haven't won. But
all right. So how long have the Cowboys been considered to have the best offensive line?
About 2 or 3 years, though.
2 or 3 years? What have they done those 2 or 3 years?
Well, listen, their quarterback.
No. Answer my question. What have they done those 2 or 3 years?
They've been consistently.
Consistently not making the playoffs.
But they've been gelling together, preparing for this day. They knew
when did they
Prescott would come.
What's the difference in this season than last season? What's the difference?
Because they have a running back.
Okay. But they have a top caliber running back. But heck, they had an offensive line the past 2 or 3 years. Why weren't they so good?
But no. But listen. In order for you to have a good team, you need a good offensive line. There's no arguing about that. Look at when they had 3 years ago. 3 years ago when they first came together, they had what's that guy's name that went to Philadelphia? He was the #1 rusher. He went to Philadelphia. I forget his name, but once you have a good O line. If you have a game manager quarterback, you do well. You could be 10-6. You could be 9-7.
I'm not disagreeing with you when you say we need a good O-line. But if you're using a top 5 pick on an offensive lineman, that's stupid. You could get a good O-line with second or third round picks, possibly even fourth round picks. I'm not wasting a top 5 pick on our O-line. Look at the Dolphins. They've been drafting O-line for the past 5 to 6 seasons. What has that done for them?
All right, yeah, those guys been hurt. Like the Pouncey brothers been hurt for a while. I don't know.
They've been hurt, and also they just haven't been producing.
Yeah, because you haven't been producing because you're hurt.
But when they're not hurt, they're not producing.
Okay, all I'm saying is, an O-lineman is key for the Jets right now. We need to get a center, and we need a left tackle because Nick Mangold body is mangled. You see what I just did there? Bars.
But if there's a draft, if there's a draft to draft high in the offensive line, this isn't the draft. I'm just saying that there's much better talent out there than drafting Cam Robinson with a number
If I were to go any skill player in the draft, it would be that running back from LSU.
Yeah, he'd be my second guy, Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, that brother right there, man. Just let him run with some Popeye's chicken. Just
Actually, it's nice you brought that up. Is with the NCAA, which the criminals who run it, is they're pretty much mad that Christian McCaffrey and Leonard Fournette are not playing it in the bowl games because they want to, they don't want to risk getting hurt because they plan on getting drafted. And a lot of people are saying, they're selfish and stuff like that. I don't understand how you can give your opinion on someone's personal and financial choices.
True.
They're not playing because they're trying to get paid.
True.
They don't want to end up being hurt and then end up being undrafted or falling down in 2 rounds. There's a big difference between getting drafted top 10 overall than getting drafted in the 2nd round.
True.
That's millions of dollars difference. And, number one, college football is already crooked, is you have these bowl games where everyone else is getting paid besides the players. And it's not even important bowl games. All right. So LSU is a freaking Citrus Bowl.
Yeah, okay.
Stanford is the Hyundai Sun Bowl. How many of you out there don't say, man, I got to go home and watch the Citrus Bowl? I got to watch the Hyundai Sun Bowl.
Yeah.
Who else? I've heard those guys watch college football, but if I was a casual college football fan, I would not know what the hell those bowls are.
True.
And it's like these kids, man, and, a lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them, they're coming from poverty. They want to make it in the league, especially with Leonard Fournette, when you're considered to be, possibly a top 10 pick. And imagine being a top 10 and you end up blowing your knee, bro.
See, this I'm glad I just brought it up, but these guys have insurance on themselves.
Insurance don't mean nothing.
Look, man, he has a $10 million policy.
So,
but what
about becoming a productive football player? And you end up making almost $100 million for playing football.
True. But look at this. My whole thing is, I think these guys should play as a fan of college football, of a person that loves to watch football. I would want them to play.
I would want them to play too.
But
I don't blame them for not playing.
Yeah, I don't blame them. But for me, I would, especially you're a top 10.
So do you think they're wrong for not playing? That's the question.
You have that as a fan or as
you personally.
Me personally?
Do you think? Wow, are you upset that they're not playing? You think that it's selfish that they're not playing?
Yeah, I think in a sense it is selfish because your team, you're letting go. Your team, you're letting go. You're not letting go. You're bringing down. No, what the hell am I trying to say? What's the word I'm trying to look?
Aren't you just being selfish because you don't want them to not risk injury? You just want to play so you can watch.
No,
them
but
play.
These are the guys. Your teammates are the people that you went to battle with. All right,
but these are meaningless bowl games, though. If it was an actual playoff, which the reason why, in my opinion, college don't have a real playoff system is because these bowl games are bringing in money,
of course,
and they're bringing in too much money to have an actual playoff game.
Of course,
you mean to tell me that you got who is it? Penn State, I believe, playing in the freaking Rose Bowl, and even if they win that, it doesn't mean anything. You only have 4 teams in the playoffs. That's stupid.
Yeah,
have an actual playoff system so you don't have to deal with this. I guarantee you, if college football had an actual playoff system where you could be the 10th ranked team, but you could still have a shot at the national championship.
Sure,
I guarantee you, guys like Leonard Fournette or Christian McCaffrey, they're not taking those games off because they want a shot to win the championship. They're playing meaningless games.
I understand, but for me, one of the greatest football games I've ever watched in my life was 2006, the Rose Bowl, with Vince Young, when he was in Texas, and then he faced Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart.
I remember that. And Matt Leinart, some shit like that.
Whatever his name, Matt something. He was trash. But yeah, all those guys were first round picks or top 10 picks, I believe. I think Matt went later. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but that was one of the greatest games. So I would love to see the guys that are going to be the top 5, top 10 players in the NFL draft. I would like to see them in their last game.
So you think that they should not take those games off?
Me as a fan, yes, but business wise, I think it's really smart.
I'm just talking about you in general. I'm talking about you and your several split personalities. I think just you in general. What do you think?
In general, I was gonna watch the game anyway. If honestly, I was gonna watch the game. No, you know what? If he was playing, I would watch. But being that he's not playing, I'm not gonna watch. I would want to see him.
So you think it's selfish?
I think
college football. You want to change this? You don't want you want players to stop being quote unquote selfish. How about you stop being quote unquote selfish? Have an actual playoff system instead of having these meaningless bowls that does nothing for the players. Unless you're a returning player, it does nothing for you,
bro. Again, you're asking billionaires to give crap about these kids. They don't care. It's
exactly.
money.
But these billionaires are the ones talking crap about these kids.
Of course, what they're trying to save face. It's just like the healthcare industry in America, man. These guys are making billions of people. They're giving them bad drugs, giving placebos that don't even work, and then they're talking back. Oh well, no, you need to eat vegetables. You need to eat a banana. That's not helping me, bro. Your placebos are even killing me more. So they're not going. They don't care about the players. They're just about making money.
Exactly.
It's all about making money. So I understand why he took it off. I'm trying to save myself for the NFL.
But yeah, so you think they shouldn't? You think that they should play? I think they shouldn't play.
I think they should play because at the end of the day, look at your teammates, man. You went to battle with them for how many years? For at least 3 years, 2 years.
Yeah, but how many of those teammates are going to the NFL?
It doesn't matter. Okay,
matter.
Matter of fact,
if I'm playing on a team and I know I'm not going to the NFL, one of my teammates say he's not playing in the freaking Citrus Bowl. He's not playing in the Citrus Bowl because he doesn't want to risk getting hurt, going from a top 10 pick to end up being drafted late second round or third round. I'm like, yo,
that's selfish. That's kind of selfish, bro.
It's selfish, but think about how many people he'll be taken care of. What does it do for him to play in that? What does it do for him to play in that bowl game? How does it benefit him? Bro. It's not going to improve his draft stock because you already know how good he is.
It's not.
He can have a really bad game or he can have a really good game.
He could have a bad combine. He could have a bad everything, and he still is going to be top 5, top 10.
There we go.
What I'm saying is, for me, I would want to see the guys play. That's it.
I don't blame you. Guys take off. I hope more guys do it as well. So because the reason why is I think it'll bring attention to actually have a legitimate playoff in college football instead of this dumb bullshit that they're doing right now. It's ridiculous. All right, so in other news, the New York Yankees have expressed interest in Jose Quintana.
Yankees.
And pretty much Jose Quintana, if you guys don't know, he's a left-handed pitcher from the Chicago White Sox. Dude's only 27 years old. He's not going to be a free agent for another 2 years, 2019. His career numbers are solid: 46-46, 781 strikeouts, and 951 innings pitched. ERA is only a 3.41. He's coming off season, 208 innings pitched, 3.20 ERA, 181 strikeouts, and 22 home runs. His home runs actually went up from the previous season. Because the previous season, he only allowed 16 home runs and 206 innings pitched. So that's to look out.
Why did you go for his innings?
No. I'm talking about his numbers this season.
Okay,
it's nothing that wild me in what the White Sox wants. Because most likely, if the White Sox are going to give him up, and a left-handed pitcher he's a solid pitcher.
Okay, he's
going to one of our top prospects. I'm not giving you Clint or Glaber.
Are you gonna get Cliff?
I would not.
Oh my God! What are you gonna? I'm so glad you brought this up. See, this is the thing I love about you Yankees fans, man. Oh man, thank you. But who are you guys gonna give up for this guy?
You know why I wouldn't do it?
Hold on.
It makes okay. So when you give up a top prospect, is it not because you're one piece away? Are you kidding me right now,
bro? Are you kidding me? So no. You're the Yankee fan. I'm only a Mets fan that doesn't have 27 championships. My team only has 2. So enlighten me. What are you gonna give up for this brother right here?
What would I give up for him?
Yeah, you are Cashman right now. All right.
I'm not giving him a top 2 of my prospects. Gleyber Torres and Cliff Frazier untouchable in this trade. I would give up Aaron Judge. I would give up Jorge Mateo.
Okay.
Also, I'd probably give up Justice Sheffield, and that's it. Justice Sheffield, he's another top 5 prospect, left-handed pitcher, young guy. I'm not giving a Clint or Glaber, because think of it. When you make a trade like that, you do it because you're one piece away. The Yankees are not one piece away.
This guy, okay, you guys aren't one piece. All right. This is the thing. I looked up the numbers. The Yankees had a pretty good season last year.
No, we didn't. That season, no, we had a terrible season.
No,
Gary Sanchez came up. It changed everything.
You guys were 84 games?
Believe so.
So, and that's again, you guys could still make the playoffs because Toronto won 89 games. So you guys were very. National League.
We had a very small margin of for error.
Yeah, the National League East was very competitive, right? But the thing I like about this guy, he's a left-hander. He played on a bad team last year. And understand this, people, all 3 of our people that are listening, and Steve. All right, the Yankees, right? I mean, the White Sox, they were on a bad team. That was a bad team, and he still put up pretty good numbers. And he was an all-star, right? And he had to play under Chris Sales. And the other thing is, you guys are competing with the Red Sox.
We're not competing yet, though.
Oh, man.
You're telling me right now the Yankees are competing with the Red Sox? The Yankees and the Red Sox, you're telling me right now they're the clear-cut 1 or 2 teams in the American League.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You guys are competing in order to take the Red Sox heads off.
In order to get to that level, we need to see our prospects developed. We need to sign several free agents.
Okay,
We're not at that level.
Are you giving up Aaron Judge?
Yes.
You giving up Aaron Judge?
I would give it Aaron Judge.
And his number. Okay. What about Justin Sheffield? You said you giving up?
I would give it Justice Sheffield.
What about Gleyber Torres?
No.
Cliff Frazier?
No.
Okay. Jorge Mateo?
Jorge Mateo. Yes, I'll give it Jorge Mateo.
So, okay, are you going to give up all 3 or just one? Though?
Hell no. Get the fuck out of here, all 3. I'd probably give him 2. And then probably go like some reliever or something like that.
What about
Luis Severino?
Yes, you giving him up?
They're not going to take him. If we give him up, we get Jose Quintana. The White Sox are stupid.
What about Brian Mitchell?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys, you're more rational.
No, but the thing is, the White Sox, I think that they want either Gleyber or Clint with those package of players.
Yeah, bro, because you guys,
it's not happening for me, man.
The thing is, you guys need to give up something, bro. Okay, all right, son, David Price, Chris Sales, Rich Porcello. Porcello. That guy, he's the 3rd starter. He won 20 games, 22 games?
But how close are we to the Red Sox?
Bro, it can happen.
No, it cannot.
Okay.
It can't.
You guys were 5 games from being in a wild card team, bro.
And?
Okay. All right. And I don't know.
We're not trying to be wild card team. We're trying to be World Series champions.
And how do you get there? You trade some of your prospects, bro. Trade.
If you have a shot and you have a need at a position, you're not giving away your prospects.
You guys don't need pitching.
We do need pitching, but we need everything else as well. We need hitting,
bro. Son, Tanaka was your best pitcher, right?
Yeah,
14-4. And after that, nobody. The next highest, Nathan. What's it? Nathan.
So pretty much is what you're saying is you don't want to give up. You're not giving up Clint or you giving up Clint or Gleyber. You're essentially saying that you're happy with Brett. You're happy with Jacoby.
Bro, you can't move with these guys, bro. These guys, but you're so high on Sanchez, right? Whatever that guy's name, you're pretty happy with this guy, so he could be a cornerstone for your team.
I don't believe in a catcher being my cornerstone. Honestly.
Really? You ever heard of a guy called Mike Piazza?
What have the Mets won?
Freaking God. Jeez.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. With that being said, wow. I'm just saying these Yankee fans kill me because you guys want something for nothing.
It's not for nothing. I don't think it's the right trade idea.
Yes.
But it's not the right time. This is not the time to make a trade like that. You make that trade when you're one piece away. You're not giving up a bunch of pieces that you have that you need for one piece that you need. That's addition by subtraction.
Okay. So would you rather? Don't
do anything.
Leave the trade alone.
Let it ride, man. Let it ride.
So you're willing to be the only team. Are you guys better than the Orioles?
No.
Are you guys better than the Blue Jays?
No.
Are you better than Boston?
No.
Are you better than Tampa Bay?
Yes.
So you're good with being the 4th team.
I'm not good with it, but we're building to that.
What are you building?
Our young players are getting the Chicago Cubs.
Okay.
Look at them.
Okay.
How did they become relevant and really, really good?
Yeah, but the thing is they drafted and then also signed and traded.
When did they trade?
They traded they traded a year after the players came in.
Exactly. Okay. So when they traded, were they not a playoff team? Were they not playoff contenders?
Okay, I see what you mean.
There we go.
I see what you mean. But at the same time, guy, not a lot of young lefties that are consistent. This guy's an all-star last year. This guy could potentially be. He's honestly, if he comes on the team, he's the best pitcher right now. Because Tanaka is not playing. He's not playing every single game. He's not reliable.
Tanaka is reliable.
Really? How many times has he been injured?
This season he had a pretty solid season.
Yeah,
I used to be one of the biggest Tanaka hater, call him a fake ace. I mean, I still don't consider him an ace. If we're contenders, he's probably a second best pitcher. Mm-hmm. But Tanaka's reliable though.
I don't.
Everyone else is just like, whew.
CC's just fifth best starter, and he has how many years left in his contract? Whatever.
He has one more year left. Luis Severino, whew, he had a disappointing season. Hopefully he does turn it. I mean, he is only 22 years old. Hopefully he does turn it around. Michael Pineda,
that's a guy.
He has one of the best strikeouts to innings pitch ratios.
I get it.
It does not make sense how he allows like 5 runs a game.
No, but the thing is, I think I don't know. I don't know what's his issue.
I think it's a mental issue.
I think after the Stickum thing, that's definitely what happened.
Nah, he's been like that even before that.
But yeah, I remember it was him versus Matt Harvey, and he shut us down. And this was last year when the Mets were going.
He has. That's what Yankees
games. Ace stuff, bro.
Yankees fans, we're so we're like weird because he has the stuff to be an ace. Because when that slider is working for him,
yeah.
You cannot hit him.
But that's another thing about this guy. Whatever Quintana, whatever his name, Jose
Quintana.
Yeah, he has a good filthy curveball.
That's true. And for a lefty,
he has a filthy curveball. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Yankees, if you were to make that trade, I'd make that trade if we're a starter pitcher away. That's the only time I make that trade. Right now, we're not competing for it. We're not contenders.
Oh man, I think you guys are crazy. I think make the trade ASAP.
No.
You know what? I need Mariano. I miss Mariano.
All right, so in our last segment over here, gonna give you some news. A new segment we're doing. Well, this is pretty much just wacky news. Well, not wacky, but news that interests us. One of the news is this one's a little more serious. In Berlin, you had a truck driver essentially ran over a bunch of people. I think a dozen people died, 50 plus were hurt. But right now, what's really interesting is the guy who they have in custody, a 23-year-old Pakistan refugee. Right now, they're saying he might not be the guy who did it. And apparently, I don't know if this is true. I read this from the New York Post. Is the police officer who arrested him had no trace of DNA or weapons, so they pretty much just arrested him to arrest him. So that's kind of weird,
man. That's
shaky. And another news is, ladies listening, you will probably like this. Is you are least likely to die with a female doctor. Pretty much studies were made at Harvard. Essentially, to break down, make it more simple. I'm trying to go for the craziest stats that they had. Is if male doctors were to treat their patients as female doctors do, they would have 32,000 fewer deaths on their hands, which is really interesting. I didn't know that, and it's kind of weird because I'm actually I'm trained to be in the medical field, so it's something for me to think about.
That means you should get sex change in order for you to be a great doctor.
All right. So on that note, thank you guys for listening to episode 2 of the podcast. We hope you guys liked it. As always, please, subscribe to us, leave comments, let us know what you want us to talk about.
Yeah, we'll shout you guys out, just like Steve being on his
Steve the Knicks fan.
Steve being on his shit.
Eesh. All right, man. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I hope you and your loved ones have a great holiday. All right, thank you guys. Have a great one. Peace.